Most people don't realize this, but reaching $100,000 in net worth or savings is an absolute financial game changer. It is the invisible line that separates those who are simply surviving from those who are finally starting to win the game of money. If you look at a chart of life stages versus wealth, you will notice that the progress is usually a flat line for years, followed by a sudden, sharp pivot. That pivot point is almost always $100,000. In this video, you will see why reaching this specific amount isn't just another arbitrary number on a screen. It literally opens doors most people never get to walk through, and it changes the way you think, act, and breathe. By the time we are done, you will understand why this is the most difficult but most important milestone you will ever reach in your journey toward financial independence. Most people spend their entire lives living below the $100,000 mark. They are stuck in a cycle where bills pile up, unexpected emergencies feel like catastrophes, and small wins never quite feel like real progress. It is a frustrating place to be. You work 40, 50, or 60 hours a week, yet at the end of the month, your bank account looks almost exactly the same as it did 30 days prior. This is the emotional pain of the financial treadmill. You are running as fast as you can, but you aren't actually moving forward. You see opportunities pass you by because you don't have the capital to seize them. You feel stuck in a job you might not love because you are only 1 or 2 missed paychecks away from disaster. This is where most people give up, thinking that building wealth is a myth or something only reserved for the lucky few. But the truth is, the first 100,000 is the first financial milestone that actually matters, because it is the point where the physics of money starts to change in your favor. The reason $100,000 is such a massive turning point comes down to 3 practical pillars: the safety net, investment power, and the psychological shift. First, let's talk about the safety net. When you have $100,000, emergencies no longer derail your life. A car transmission failure or a leaky roof is an annoyance, not a life-altering crisis. This stability allows you to make decisions based on logic rather than desperation. Second, you finally have real investment power. When you have $500 to invest, your options are limited and the returns feel microscopic. But when you have $100,000, you can start investing in real wealth-building vehicles like high-quality stocks, diversified real estate, or even your own side business. Imagine having that $100,000 sitting in a brokerage account. You could safely invest $10,000 to $20,000 per year into new opportunities and still live comfortably with a massive cushion behind you. This leads to the psychological shift. When you hit this number, your confidence skyrockets. You stop making decisions out of fear. You realize that you have the discipline to accumulate a significant sum, and that realization changes your posture in the world. You start thinking about years and decades instead of just weeks and months. You begin to understand that $100,000 wealth isn't just about the money itself. It's about the person you had to become to get there. You had to learn patience, strategy, and resilience. This is the point where you stop working for every single dollar and your dollars begin their first day of work for you. Once you cross this threshold, your practical lifestyle starts to change in subtle but profound ways. For the first time, you can take calculated risks that were previously impossible. Maybe you have wanted to start a business or change careers to a field that has more long-term potential but a lower starting salary. With $100,000, you have the runway to make that move. You can relocate to a better city for work without worrying about the cost of a security deposit or moving trucks. You can travel without the crushing weight of credit card debt waiting for you at home. More importantly, you can leverage your wealth for even higher returns. Whether it is using your capital as collateral for a smart investment or having the cash on hand to buy an asset when the market dips, you are now a player in the economy, not just a spectator. The emotional and mental benefits are perhaps even more valuable. You sleep better at night. Your stress levels reduce because the what-ifs of life no longer carry the same threat. Your decision-making improves because you are no longer operating from a scarcity mindset. You aren't chasing the next quick buck, you are looking for the best long-term move. But here is the catch. This only works if you do this one thing right after hitting 100,000. You must resist the urge to change your lifestyle immediately. This brings us to the common mistakes people make. The biggest trap is lifestyle inflation. The moment that account hits 6 figures, the temptation to buy a new car, a bigger house, or a designer wardrobe becomes overwhelming. People think they have made it, so they start spending like they are rich, which quickly drags them back down to square one. Another mistake is keeping all that cash idle. While a portion should be in a high-yield savings account for emergencies, leaving $100,000 in a standard checking account is a recipe for losing value to inflation. You must keep that money moving. Lastly, some people think $100,000 solves all their problems forever. It doesn't. It is a stepping stone, not the finish line. If you stop the habits that got you to the first 100, you will never see the first million. It is a launch pad, and a launch pad is useless if you never ignite the rocket. So how do you get to $100,000 faster? It isn't about some secret crypto coin or a lottery win. It's about practical strategies and building net worth through consistency. First, you must automate your savings and investments. If you wait until the end of the month to see what is left over, the answer will usually be zero. Treat your savings like a bill that must be paid first. Low-cost index funds are your best friend here. They allow you to participate in the growth of the entire economy without needing to be a professional stock picker. Second, you need to leverage side hustles or scalable income streams. In today's world, relying solely on a single salary is risky. Whether it's consulting, freelance work, or selling a product online, having an extra $500 or $1,000 a month can accelerate your journey by years. Let's look at the numbers. If you save $1,000 a month and invest it with a 7% return, it will take you roughly 7 to 8 years to hit $100,000. But if you can bump that up to $2,000 a month by cutting expenses and increasing your income, you cut that time in half. This is where compounding starts to show its face. The more you put in early, the less work you have to do later. Avoid high-interest debt like the plague. Credit card interest will eat your progress faster than you can build it. You cannot build a skyscraper on a foundation of quicksand. Big picture. The multiplication impact kicks in at $100,000. A classic saying states that earning the first $100,000 is a nightmare, but the second $100,000 comes easily. Math works this way. With $100,000 invested, a 10% market return pays you $10,000 in a year without any work. Passive growth of approximately $1,000 each month. Starting with $1,000, a 10% return was $100. See the difference? Money starts working for you here. This milestone leads to $500,000, $1 million, and financial freedom. The hardest hurdle, but once you pass it, the wind is at your back. Start monitoring your $100,000 trip today. Write down your net worth on a spreadsheet, app, or paper. Whether negative or $50, it doesn't matter. Your direction matters. Wealth building is a marathon, and the first mile is always hardest. I promise you, the view from $100,000 is worth every sacrifice you make today. Please tell me below, how close are you to $100,000? Sharing your progress holds you accountable and inspires others, whether you're just starting or 90% done. Please share this video with someone who is working hard yet needs a boost. $100,000 brings independence, opportunity, confidence, and leverage. It underpins your life. Next, we'll explain what investments to make after reaching $100,000 to build real wealth quickly. After gathering the fuel, learn how to aim the rocket. Keep going, be disciplined, and see you next time.